how much yarn do you need for your crochet project or a knitting project? Today I'm going to be answering this question, but you know, this channel is a little bit different. I like very lightweight garments and I use only very thin threads and very fine threads. Those are cotton, silk, linen, maybe a little bit of a merino. So it's a little bit different, but everyone wants to know the answer. How much yarn do you need? Even though I buy my yarns in cones and those are for machine knitting, but I use it for hand knitting and crocheting, even though they are so much more affordable than regular yarn in balls, I still want to know how much money do I need to invest in this or that project. And today we'll be talking about specifically about the mesh tops, because my next few videos will be dedicated to how to freehand mesh tops. So we all want to know. Of course, the lighter the garment is, the less yarn you need, but how less? Sweaters are easier to figure out in terms of yarn. For a sweater, grab a shirt or a t-shirt, like let's say we want something with short sleeves, but if you want to make a sweater with long sleeves, go ahead and grab long sleeve and then make your swatch and ask yourself, do I want my sweater to be as long, as wide? Do I want pretty much the same sleeves? And if the answer is yes, you just go ahead and use your swatch and count how many times this swatch fits into your shirt. Like let's say 1, 2, 3, very roughly 4, 5, 6. If you have those halves, like, you know, we're counting very, very roughly. So it's like, it's not 6, it's 5.5, let's say, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the sleeves, 11, right? 12, 13, 14, 15, there will be like a half. 15, let's say 15, okay? And then remember that you have two parts. So if we had 15 for the front part, for the back part, you will be probably need 15 of those. Be more precise. See, I'm not wasting your time, I'm just showing the idea, the approach. And then you grab your kitchen scale and just see 9 grams. You multiply those 9 grams by how many times it fits into your shirt or a t-shirt. 30 is 270 grams in total. However, if we go for a very light mesh top, we have a problem. Let's take a look at this swatch. I made it for a mesh top. It was supposed to be square, but I made also some increases, so it's not square, it's similar to square, okay? And the problem here is when I put it on the scale, nothing happens. See, this is so light that the scale does not show anything. So I've got this life hack from an engineer, and he said, okay, you go ahead, turn on your scale. It's just the kitchen scale. Put on a plate just to activate this scale. And you see, it says 429 grams. And when the scale is kind of activated, put the swatch on the plate. And now you see that it's 430 grams. So the result here is that this swatch is about 1 gram. But since the kitchen scale is not that precise, I would count like 1.5 grams. Why is that? Because it's definitely under 2 grams. But what if it's more than 1 gram? I would add like half gram to secure my project. My next step is to grab a t-shirt and see, do I want this shirt to be as long as this shirt? No, because I was planning a crop top. The width will be pretty much the same. So I have my swatch and I had my shirt, so it should be pretty much this short. Okay, I don't want the whole thing, the whole length. And I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, it's 5.5, but I'm counting 6 because I like to have extra yarn. 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, let's say 27. And then remember that there are two parts of 27 times I multiply by 2. 54 times my swatch fits into the shirt. So my swatch was about 1 gram, but what if it was like somewhere under 2? So I would use 1.5 gram. So I would add half of a gram. We didn't see it, but just in case. And I multiplied by 54 times, which gives me 81 gram. So anyway, it's under 100 grams. This was a swatch that I made for an actual top. This crop top, I made it, I wear it, so let's see how precise the calculations are. I put the top on the scale and it shows about 70 grams. And what were the calculations? 81 gram. This means that from this project I would have had 11 grams of extra yarn. What is 11 grams of extra yarn? It's just a small piece that I will use for my upcoming project. If you need more precise figure, you just spend more time maybe making a better swatch, making a bigger swatch, making better calculations, but I'm sure you've got the idea and now you know at least from where to count. Okay, so I hope that helps and I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next video.